friends, mothers and sisters listening at home. Yesterday was GCSE exam results day. Was it yesterday or Wednesday? It was yesterday, wasn't it? So yesterday was GCSE exam results day, and many of our young brothers and sisters, many of our young children who sat in the exams received their results yesterday. तो ये हमारे यहाँ जो हर साल को स्कूलों में GCSE एग्ज़ाम्स होते हैं, तो गुज़िश्ता कल ये इम्तिहानात के जो रिज़ल्ट्स हैं वो निकले थे. So many of our youngsters took the exams, and I'm not sure how back I'm able to take you, but when we sit exams, the pressure that an individual goes through, that's something you can't describe to an individual who hasn't been through that type of pressure. And then there's the pressure during the exams, before the exams. There's also a pressure after the exams. How have I done? How have I done? And then some time goes by, you kind of become okay, and then as soon as August kicks in, and as soon as it's close to results day, then there's another pressure that starts building up. And individuals go through different types of thoughts and anxieties. And then comes the exam, the result day. You can't sleep in the night because you're thinking about कल क्या होगा. तो ये हमारे जो results, इम्तिहानात से पहले भी एक किस्म की घबराहट होती है, इम्तिहानात के दौरान भी, इम्तिहानात के बाद भी, फिर जब रिजल्ट्स और इम्तिहानात के जो नताइज है वो जब निकलते हैं तो उस वक्त भी बहुत ज़्यादा घबराहट भी उसमें. Yes, those who prepare, they also go through an anxiety, but that's a different type of anxiety. There's a different type of fear. That, what if I've done that question wrong? That's what they think about. And those who have wasted their studies, there's also a fear there. And then comes the results day, and then when you receive the results, then there's two types of attitude. There's those who really, enjoy, and they share their results with everyone. And there are those who regret. They start feeling, I should have done better. Yes, I've passed, but I could have done better. Or why didn't I do better? Or I should have put my head down. I should have studied. And then you have parents also who put a lot of pressure on the children, and they say, now those children who sat the exams, and obviously even ourselves, I'm talking to ourselves here, when you ask them a few days before the exams, they feel really, there's a lot of anxiety. हमारे साथ भी यही होता है. But if you see maybe a few months, 5 months, 6 months before the exams, there's not much anxiety in them. Or that same child who sat their exams this year, if you saw them last year when they were in year 10 or when they're in year 9, and you ask them, oh, you're going to be sitting an exam. Yeah, it's in year 11, right? Or you ask them in year 7 that you'll be sitting an exam, GCSE exams, isn't it? Yeah, it's a long time to go. यही होता है ना. हमारे साथ भी यही है कि अगर मेरे इम्तिहानात है तो इम्तिहानात से पहले, इम्तिहानात के दौरान घबराहट है, लेकिन अगर कोई मुझे 1 साल, 2 साल, 3 साल, 5 साल पहले पूछे तो कहते हैं कि इसके बारे में अभी क्यों बात करते हो? Why are you talking about it now for? But then when the results come out, then every individual feels, why didn't I think about it 2 years ago? Why didn't I work on it 4 years ago? Why didn't I work for my results when I was in year 7? तो ये जो हालत है मेरे अजीजों, this state that every person goes through, this regret, that why didn't I work hard 3 years ago? Why didn't I work hard 5 years ago? That is the same feeling that me and you and each and every one of us will go through on the Day of Judgment. that on the day of judgment, when our results are given to us, there will be that anxiety. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that there will be such fear that an individual, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَبَنِيهِ Allahu Akbar. لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ شَأْنٌ يُغْنِيهِ. Look at the level of anxiety. Now you've got exams, your mum will pat you on the back, beta, don't worry, I'm making dua for you. Even go to the Imam Sahib as well. Imam Sahib, मेरे बच्चे के लिए दुआ करना. क्यों क्या हुआ है? इम्तिहानात है. हाँ, इम्तिहानात दे दिया है, लेकिन अभी रिजल्ट्स के लिए इंतजार कर. अभी दुआ की क्या जरूरत है? इम्तिहानात तो लिख लिया है उसने, right? लेकिन हम दुआएं कराते हैं. And then individuals, even our teachers are supporting us. Don't worry about it, everyone. You don't need to go through anxiety. But the akhirat ke andar jo imtihanat, when the results will be coming out, then at that time even mum will run away from her son. Yes, our mothers, who when they don't see us for a day, they'll ring us. Beta khaya hai? Beta aaj jao. Why don't you come to visit? Why didn't you ring me? Our fathers, Allah says, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ. When you need anything, you go to your brother, isn't it? When you need something, you go to your brother. So Allah starts off, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ. An individual will run away from his brother. وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ. Never mind brother, even mother, even father, they will run on their way, because aaj jo hai na, mujhe iski madad nahi karni hai. I can't help him today. And not only I can't help him, I'm scared. What if he asks me for a haqq, a responsibility which I didn't fulfill? Now we need to understand, Allah Ta'ala ka hame ye batana, ye is wajah se hai, taki hame malum ho ki what kind of anxiety and what kind of feelings we're going to go through on the day of judgment. Allah mari hifazat farmaye. And then that's just before the results are given. Then there's when the results are being presented, Allah Ta'ala hamari hifazat farmaye. An individual will lie so much to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Itna zyada jhoot. And this is why Allah says, Al-yawma nakhtimu ala afwahim. No time for your lies. So an individual's mouth will be sealed. وَتُكَلِّمُنَا أَيْدِيهِمْ. An individual's hands will start speaking. وَتَشْهَدُ أَرْجُلُهُمْ بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. Whatever we did, even our feet will now go against us today, and they will give witness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he went there, he did this, he was the one who stole, he was the one who lied, he was the one who committed that sin. Yes, he got away with it, but on the day of judgment, our own body parts will give witness against us. That's going to be when the results are being presented. Banda jhoot bolega Allah Ta'ala se. इतना खौफ कि अल्लाह के सामने झूठ बोलेगा. हत्ता कि कुरान शरीफ में ये है वअम्मा मन ऊतिया किताबहु बिशिमाले. एक आयत में है वअम्मा मन ऊतिया किताबहु बिशिमाले. दूसरी आयत में है वअम्मा मन ऊतिया किताबहु वराअ ज़हरे. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned there's two verses in the Quran that on the day of judgment, an individual will either be given his results in the right hand or he'll receive his results in the left hand. Yahan to koi masla nahi hai. You walk into school, they'll give you your envelope. You go and open your envelope and then you cry or you either rejoice. Wahan is tarah nahi hoga. Wahan sabke samne, in front of everyone, the book of deeds will come flying, and then an individual, it will come and land either in his right hand or his left hand. The whole world will look at you. My parents will look at me. My community will look at me. My family. Ajkal, we do so many things because we were scared what are people going to say. Isn't it? Majority of the things that we do in our lives is because if we don't invite 1,000 people to the wedding, what are people? What do they say? What are people going to say? If I don't wear the nice clothes, what are people going to say? Sab kuch what are people? Ye gari mein kaise chalao? I need to हम अपने शान के मुताबिक हमें गाड़ी चलाना चाहिए, तो लोग क्या कहेंगे? ये जो लोग क्या कहेंगे, this लोग क्या कहेंगे, what are people going to say? We live our entire life on this principle. हम अपनी पूरी जिंदगी इसी के ऊपर गुजारते हैं कि लोग क्या कहेंगे। कल क़यामत के दिन लोगों के सामने किताब दिया जाएगा, तो उस वक्त के बारे में हम सोचें कि उस वक्त लोग क्या कहेंगे, उस वक्त नबी क्या कहेंगे। उस वक्त नबी आदम अलैहिस्सलाम भी देखेंगे, नबी सुलेमान अलैहिस्सलाम भी देखेंगे, नबी इब्राहिम अलैहिस्सलाम भी देखेंगे, नबी मूसा अलैहिस्सलाम। Can you imagine? Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu will see where your book is given, which hand. So Allah Ta'ala mentions وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ فَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ and وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِشِمَالِهِ. But then there's another verse that, so one is book will be given in the right hand. The second verse indicates that some people will receive their books in their left hand. And then there's also a verse وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ وَرَاءَ ظَهْرِهِ कि लोगों को अपनी किताब, people will receive their books behind their backs. What does that mean? The Mufassirun have mentioned कि लोग जब देखेंगे, when you know that I've botched up, I messed up. Most of my life I spent for my friends. I got up to this bad and this thing, and then I got away with it. Right? Most of my life I cheated and I did this. I didn't give importance to Salah. I never gave importance to the Quran. I didn't give importance to the Deen. I was more concerned about earning money. I was more concerned about building my own empire. Right? So the individual will know all of this, and he'll look around. He'll also look at his friends as well. They're also receiving their books in their left hand. So one individual, what he will do is he will put his left hand behind his back and he will put his right hand forward. And he will think that, this book will come to my right hand. So is tarah the kitab will go and it will miss his right hand and it will go behind his back. وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ وَرَاءَ ظَهْرِهِ. Allah save us from that disgrace. Wallah, we're worried. Allahu Akbar Kabira. Allah forgive us. Seriously. On exam results day, our children are worried. Have I passed and have I failed? Do you know what we're worried about? What am I going to say to him when he asks me, what did your child get? That's my concern. I'm not worried about my child. I'm more worried about what am I going to say to my neighbors. When I get the phone call from the aunties and from the uncles, what am I going to say to them? What are we going to say to everyone on the day of judgment? So the individual who will receive his book in his right hand, he's going to go around chilling, loving life now. He's going to call everyone. If there was WhatsApp, he'd post it then. Right? Why? He said, فَيَقُولُ هَاُمْ. Ajkal we like to show off everything, innit? We like to show off everything. Even our namaz, our ibadat. Gone for Hajj, let's take a selfie. Right? Gone for Umrah, let's take a selfie. What we don't realize is that one selfie has taken all our sawab out. Honestly, all the sawab gone. Right? I spent all the money, I did some ibadah, I helped someone, and then I tried to just, and then log jitna zyada zahin hote hain, itna zyada chupa ke riya karte hain. The more clever, I went to this program, met the sheikh, can I take a selfie with you, sheikh? Right? So then I just took a selfie, and then all that bayan that I listened to, and all the sawab that I would have received for seeking knowledge, all of it's gone, because I actually did it just to show everyone that look, I met him. So Allah Ta'ala hamari hifazat farmaye. But my dear friends, the individual who will receive his book the individual who will pass, who will get the 9s, who will get the 8s, that individual on the day of judgment will say, Haum, iqra'u kitabiya, read my results. Inni dhanantu anni mulaqin hisabiya. I didn't forget Allah. I didn't forget the day of judgment. I didn't forget that I have to die one day. I'm going to leave this world. No. Inni dhanantu anni mulaqin hisabiya. I knew that this life is nothing. One day I am going to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So hisab, we need to remember that we need to go. None of us here, we don't know how long we're here for, wallah. You know, the astonishing thing is that we're worried about a result. We're worried, we're concerned about our exam. We need to remind ourselves that we're here in this world 24/7 is an exam for us. We're sitting in an exam now. I am sitting in an exam, you're sitting in an exam. When we woke up in the morning, our exam, we're still in an exam. When we're sitting with our friends, having those private conversations, I'm sitting in an exam. When I'm with my phone in the night, no one knows what I'm watching, what I'm doing. That time, it's all being recorded. It's the exam started. Do you know when the exam started? The exam started as soon as you became baligh. As soon as I became baligh. The exam started. For a female, the exam started as soon as she became baligh. For a male boy, the exam started as soon as he became baligh. Now, that exam is going on. The good thing about the worldly exam is when you waste, if you got 1.5 hours, you wasted half an hour. I remember in Darul Uloom, some guys used to act a bit tough. They had to show everyone, look, I'm really clever. So the exam paper used to come. We had 2 hours exam paper. So some guys used to just put their heads down, show everyone, look, I'm not bothered. Right? And then they'll put their heads up after that and they'll write the exams. You can do that when you know how long you have. Isn't it? Some of our satis, mashallah, very pious. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them. You know, the exam, before the exam, they used to read Durood Sharif, the 40 Durood Sharif book. And even when the paper would be given, they'd leave it there, they'd finish the Durood Sharif off, right? And then they'd start their exams. Barakah. And we need to instill that in our lives. Durood Sharif mein barakat hai. We need to understand. What we think is, no. Barakat is in school and is in tuition. Barakat is in, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make our lives easy through the barakah of durood. Inshallah. So, you know, but you can waste your time in an exam hall when you know that, okay, I've got 1.5 hours, even if I waste 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I've still got 1 hour left. This exam that we are in, I am in, you are in, I don't even know when my exam is going to come to an end. You don't even know when your exam is going to come to an end. Malum hai kisi ko? Lekin my exam has started. I'm talking to you, I'm having a private conversation. I'm about to do ghibat about him because I saw him doing something now. So yes, I've got it now. I'm going to tell everyone about him. That exam is being written down. It's being written down. And that, you know, when you lose a mark, sometimes you've got a chance to pass. When you lose too many marks, you're heading towards failure. So if I'm doing too many ghibat, and if my book of deeds are filled with swears, and if I'm wasting my life on social media, you know what social media did? Allahu Akbar, Allah allow us to open our eyes, brothers. You know, social media was created so that they could make money from us. Yeah? That's what it is. The bottom line of social media is all these companies, they have made money they have made these apps so that they could make money from us. They don't care if it ruins my life, if it ruins your life. They don't care if you waste 10 years of your life. They don't care if social media is going to be the reason for your divorce. It doesn't matter to them. They don't care if social media is going to be the reason for why you will fail your exams. They don't care. They don't care if social media is going to affect your mental health, because you will be comparing your life to this person and that person, and you will be sad in your life. They don't care. What they care about is money. So seriously, we need to wake up. The next time I spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours behind a social media app, scrolling, I need to let myself know, what am I doing, man? I'm allowing these guys to make money from me, because all these adverts, they're getting the money from the adverts, right? I'm scrolling away, it's affecting my life. I'm not building a relationship with my mother. I'm not really building a relationship with my family. I'm just stuck behind that game. Why? They're making money from me. So my dear friends, we really need to wake up. Because We're wasting, our life is wasting away, our exam. We're in an exam. You know, when I'm watching haram, or when I'm looking at haram, when I'm speaking haram, it's being recorded, brothers. It's being recorded. I can fool the entire world with my lies. I can fool the entire world with the rumors that I spread. I could do all of that. It's being written. I can be cheating on my spouse. It's being written. I can be having all these haram relationships. No one knows about it. My mom doesn't know. My dad doesn't know. I'm sitting in front of them, but I'm messaging someone else's daughter. I'm ruining one person's life. I'm also bringing shame to myself. And I'm also ruining my own life because this is a fake relationship. Because it's all nice on the message, isn't it? It's all nice. You get married, ask your parents. The only thing they message is okay. How are you doing? I'm okay. Do you want anything? It's okay. Right? It's this fake relationship. Hi, what are you doing? What are you up to? You know, what did you get up to today? What are you laughing for? You thinking Mowlana has been doing that as well, right? And then it's not one day. It's not 2 days. Bichara, he can't sleep now in the night. And he's having this dream, you know, that he's in Bollywood. And they're both having the dance and the singing. Right? And then he's dreaming 1 year, 2 years, 10 years. And then all of a sudden, somehow he managed to marry her. And then both of them, they're just like, because the Bollywood movies don't show after the marriage, do they? It's the end. Right? But then after they got married, all of a sudden, life kicks in. Oh my God, is this what relationship is all about? I never knew that. Right? And then, is this who he is? Or is this who she is? So what we need to understand, my dear friends, is when I'm doing all this haram relation, it's being written down. I'm failing. Every time I message her, I lose a mark. And that losing a mark is going to take me towards Jahannam. Every time I lower my gaze, I'm getting a point, I'm getting a sawab. And that lowering the gaze, not watching haram, is going to be the reason that on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say to you and me, inshallah, that, oh my banda, sit under the shade of my throne. Do you know who's going to be sitting under that shade? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will be sitting under that shade. Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam will be sitting under that shade. Nabi Musa alayhi salam will be, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu will be under that shade. Umar radiallahu anhu will be under that shade. Uthman, Ali, and Hamza radiallahu anhu, these Sahaba, they will be under that shade. If I save myself from haram, and I was conscious that I am in an exam, right, and I live my life knowing that I'm in the exam, inshallah I will be sitting under that shade. And on the day of judgment, inshallah I will receive my results on my right hand. And inshallah I will show my results to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I will show my results to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. I will show my result to my mother Aisha radiallahu anha. That look, dekho, ye namazon ki barakat hai. This is, all the namazes that I prayed, the Fajr, it was hard, but I prayed it. That sin, on summer's day I walked out, I controlled my gaze. Every day I did zikr of Allah. I made sure I recited a few pages of the Quran every day. It's there. It's all going to be written. Iqra kitabak kafa bi nafsika al-yawma alayka hasiba. All the istighfars, all the durood sharifs, all of it's being recorded, my friends. And on the other side, all the ghibat, all the lies are also being recorded. So Allah allow us to wake up to reality. You know, my friends, if anyone failed their exams, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You could resit your exams, yes or no? Yeah? When's the resit? When's the resit? Is it November or January? Yeah, you resit your exams. You do it again. If you resit and you fail, so what's the big deal? You can resit again. Right? And guess what? Even if you failed, that doesn't mean you're a failure in life. There are people out there, look at some of these elders, they're bloody millionaires, they don't have GCSEs. It's a reality. So I'm not discouraging anyone from putting an effort in. What I'm trying to say is, when you fail an exam here, you can resit. When you fail the exam of your life, you can't resit. When we stand before Allah, we say to Allah, please return me back. I will go back. I will do good. I promise I'll pray my salah. I promise I'm going to stay away from that girl. I promise I'm going to stay away from that guy, from those friends. I promise I won't vape. I promise I won't smoke. None of it. Kalla. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Kalla. Hargiz nahi. Never. You ain't going back. You're going Jahannam. So my friends, we need to wake up. We need to remind ourselves, we're in an exam now. Our exam has started. And then our exam can end at any time. My exam could end now. I can drop dead. Exam finished. Books closed. What are we doing to prepare for that? For that, we need to stick. We need to come back to the deen. We need to realize that in the deen is the success. Success lies in the deen of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to live a life in accordance to deen, and Allah grant us falah and success in the hereafter. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi.